my channel. Welcome back to another vlog. I'm going to be showing you guys my tips and tricks on just healthy eating or healthy eating while we're out, bloating, what I'm getting in the day, what I'm eating in the day. It's just going to be a follow me around vlog with a few tips and tricks in there about bloating, because a couple of days ago I woke up bloated and then I wasn't really happy. Your girl's not happy when I wake up bloated. So in today's vlog, again, it's just follow me around. It's a what I do in a day, just another, usual vlog, but with your little tips and tricks in it. Let's get into it. So just very quickly before I leave, showing my outfit of the day, I'm wearing this oversized jumper or sweater from Kmart and these tights from ASTORIA active wear. I'll pop their little Instagram on the screen so you guys can go check them out. This is my outfit today, and I'll just be wearing my tennis shoes, my grey tennis shoes, to sort of accompany that. Shopping is done, environmentally friendly because I'm using the one bag that I bought. Now just time to grab some lunch. Does the chicken avocado have any dairy in it? No. Anything else that doesn't have dairy? Just this one? Alright, can I take a large one of that one? How many which one? Just the one choice on a large. Any dressing? No thank you, no dressing. Literally what I eat on the go. Chicken avocado salad. Some places does soup that's like dairy free. Other places I just make my own salad if I have to. I've made it inside. I'm gonna pop you guys down before I have my lunch. As you guys saw, I've like literally got nothing in the fridge other than soup, detox soup, that I will be sharing with you guys later. But before I snack and eat my lunch, I'm gonna show you guys or tell you guys a few of the tips that I have for you. I love this. I love like sitting at my desk and eating lunch and watching some YouTube videos and just de-stressing before I actually get into editing. But back to the topic of today, which is the bloat. It's not like I've never bloated in my life. I have. I bloat like 3-4 days out of the 7 days of the week, even more sometimes. It's just about learning and listening to your body. So I'm gonna pop a few photos of when I did bloat and when I do bloat and how I look like, and then a few other photos of me being really flat and lean. I really want to dig into that, so I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so my first tip for this video is pretty simple. It's finding out what bloats you. So finding out the food that you're intolerant to. For me, it's gluten and dairy. Sometimes corn, onion, and garlic, but if I have it in foods when it's cooked, it's fine. If I have it on its own raw, your girl gets a bit gassy, but I love raw onions and I love garlic in my foods. As you guys know, you guys have seen my recipes on my IG stories. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I'll pop it over here so you guys can follow it, and it'll be in the description bar below. But just finding out what bloats you. So like I said, gluten is one of the big ones for me, and lactose. Anything got to do with dairy, creams, I just can't. And I used to be somebody who would eat ice cream, like bulla ice cream, every single night. I was a big dairy and big bread girl when I was growing up. Cheese and tomato toast is literally what I grew up on, and having Turkish bread toasted with the garlic spread on top, dipped in your soup, oh, like your red lentil soup, amazing. That's literally what I grew up on. But I just thought being in pain after food was really, really normal. But then obviously later on, when I grew up and understood my body, I was like, hey, something's going on down here. I'm fighting a lot more than what my sister and mum is, and they ate the same thing, and I was like preggers. I looked preggers. But yeah, just finding out what bloats you, what foods you're intolerant to, what you've got intolerances to. Not specifically, like, I'm not saying that you're allergic to. It's two different things. Being intolerant and allergic is completely two different things. Tip number 2 of the day is something that I am trying my very best to get there. My Herbalife concentrate that I have over there is actually helping me a lot with this one, and it is drinking your water. Now, I'm a person who doesn't drink water at all. I will much prefer having plain almond milk over my water. Literally, I will sit there with a glass of almond milk or an iced coffee or something with almond milk in it rather than having water. And like, come on. We're made mostly up of water, which explains why we need water. But Drinking your water is literally key when it comes to de-bloating, because you're going to flush out your system. You're going to obviously wee, and that's going to help flush you out. Tip number 3 is fiber. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, having not enough fiber in your diet is going to bloat you. I didn't know this because I thought I was eating healthy up until last year when I looked into my nutrition and my PT course that I'm currently doing. Obviously you do learn a side of nutrition, and I didn't know that I wasn't eating enough fiber. Matter of fact, I was eating well under the recommended serving amount of fiber. The reason being is not because I'm not eating healthy, it's just because I'm not putting fibrous foods into my dish. And come to find out, I started adding my fiber and everything is running smoothly. Now, when I don't have enough fiber in my diet, I have these little fiber capsules or psyllium husk capsules or psyllium husk in powder form. I would pop that in water right before bed, drink it, and drink another 2 cups of water after that before I go to bed, and in the morning I am flat. I have gone to the bathroom very smoothly, like very comfortably. Trust me when I say this, very comfortably. And everything just passes through. Fiber is an essential in your diet. Now, talking about what foods you can incorporate to have fiber: chia seeds, flax seeds, kale. I love kale. The deeper the greens, the better. Keep that in mind. The deeper the greens, the better. Kale, spinach, collard, all of that good stuff. Especially spinach. I love kale. You're going to see in my soup today, my detox soup. I'll show you guys exactly what I have in it. It's already pre-made. I made it last night. Unfortunately, I didn't record it, but I can tell you exactly what I have in there. It's basically like a veggie stock pot of fibrous foods. You know, this is just amazing. Just keep in mind that if you do juices, you're going to be thinking, yeah, I have green juices, blah, blah, blah. No, it's actually better to blend your greens rather than juice them, because you're just getting the juice out of them. You're not getting the fiber out of them. It's like juicing an apple and eating an apple. Do you know what I mean? Or eating a pear and juicing a pear. The pear juice isn't going to make you go to the toilet. The pear skin is going to make you go to the toilet and flush out your system, which again comes to fiber, because pears are very high in fiber, and so is apples. But blend your greens. Don't juice them, and just chuck it into your smoothies. You can't even taste it half the time. You put a bunch, a handful, you can't even taste it. Yeah, your smoothie might look a little bit off, but it will still taste as amazing as it always is. Okay, tip number 4 is something that I have been starting to do as of the beginning of the year. I'm not a person who has breakfast at all, but tip number 4 is you must have breakfast. Do not skip meals whatsoever. Breakfast, it's just a metabolism booster. It gets you started for the day. It, you know, boosts your immune system. There is so many key benefits into why you should have breakfast. And I'm not saying sit down and eat a boiled egg with some salmon and, you know, a bed of greens. No, I'm saying breakfast in any form. If you can't tolerate and stomach the idea of having breakfast like me, I cannot think of having toast and avo right as soon as I wake up, or half an hour within me waking up. I really can't. It makes me feel sick. But what I've learned to do is hacking the system. Now, I am a coffee fanatic. I am a self-proclaimed coffee snob, coffee addict, and I need to have my coffee in the morning. So what I do is I make smoothies. I make my Topeka smoothies, and that way it's a pre-workout for me, it's a pre-workout meal for me, and also it is an energy booster, it's an immune booster, it's a metabolism booster. It is everything you have or you need in a tiny little, you know, drinkable coffee sort of form. Don't skip breakfast. If you can't have breakfast, have a smoothie. Quick, really quickly, before I move into the next tip, a little, you know, smoothie recipe. Now, half a banana, or as you guys saw this morning, berries, water, ice, and your protein. So the only protein blends that I use is from Topeka, and they come with amazing qualities in it and benefits in it. I'll pop their website down below and up on the screen somewhere so you guys can have a look. But right now, I'm going to dive into my food because I've been talking too much and I am so hungry, and I will see you guys right before dinner. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. It's about 3:34 in the afternoon and I wanted to get a workout in, so I'm having my protein shake. And before I get into my workout, I just wanted to share my 4 other tips I have for you guys for de-bloating and helping with bloating. So in saying that, my tip number 5 is my favorite of them all, literally. And I call this hashtag sodium bloat. Now, sodium is something that people bypass a lot. I never used to think that sodium would bloat me, but when I was recovering from anorexia and bulimia, if you guys haven't watched my recovery video, I'll pop it up here and I'll pop a little card as well so you guys can have a look. It'll be in the description bar below too. But when I was recovering from anorexia, because I was so deprived by these electrolytes, which is like potassium, magnesium, you know, sodium, all that good stuff, my body had a shock of sodium when I consumed the foods that I would never consume, which is like, obviously I used to eat to recover and to sort of give my body what it has been missing out on. I did go a phase where I did eat fast food, so as in like actual McDonald's and stuff. So I have a lot of Maccas or Portos or KFC and Hungry Jacks and all of that stuff, but throughout this period, I realized that not only my fingers, my hands, my face, everything, my tummy, but my knees, I don't know why, but my knees held a lot of water retention as well. And this brought me to a point where even after going on my health kick and, you know, living this holistic, healthy, organic lifestyle the way I do now, and that I absolutely adore, I realized that sodium affects my body in a way where I'm not too sure if it's like that with everybody else. But when I consume a lot of sodium, I bloat like there's no tomorrow. These rings won't fit my finger at all. I look at them, and if they're feeling a little bit tight, I'm like, yep, sodium bloat. And it's not a good feeling. It honestly isn't a good feeling at all. But people bypass this one. They think of sugar, they think of, you know, fat, they think of everything, or carbs or whatever in that food or in that meal. They usually bypass sodium, so keep that in mind. Sodium does cause a lot of bloating. This one's another favorite. I mean, they're all my favorite, but anyway. But tip number 6 is getting your detox on. And by this, in no way do I mean go on a fast, go on a cleanse. No, I'm not about that whatsoever. I do not believe in water fasts or any sort of fast whatsoever. I just can't. Look, I've had intermediate fasting. I can't. I need to put something in my mouth before, you know, I get about in my day. And I never used to be like that, but like now, I just can't. I cannot. But my favorite way to detox my body is through soup. I believe in the power of food to heal the body, and that's exactly what I live by. Like, literally listen to your body. I know it's been thrown around here and there, but no, genuinely listen to your body, girlfriend. Trust me when I say this. I believe in the power of food, and I detox my body through soup. Anything got to do with a hearty vegetable, tomato based, or chicken broth, bone broth, beef broth, or vegetable broth based soup is going to detox you like tomorrow. It's all about the vegetables you add in there, the kind of base you use, and the herbs and spices you add in there as well. My favorite combination, which you guys will see downstairs, literally I'm going to plan it up over here on the screen for you guys to see, but my vegetables, my ingredients: celery, kale or spinach, red or pink onion, a can of tomato, any sort of carb dense or slightly carb dense vegetable, meaning peas. Sometimes, very rarely, I'll put corn if I'm dead set craving for it. I sometimes have a weird craving for just salted corn, but I will put corn in it. Napa cabbage is something I actually consume more than twice a week through a soup. Like within the week, I will definitely have 2 to 3 nights where I have soup for my lunch and dinner. That's the way I cleanse my body. That's the way I cleanse my insides. Just feel the soup going down. I'm like, yes, this is gonna take me to the toilet. Yes, bring on the poop game. But honestly speaking, I know it's hashtag TMI, but I like genuinely mean it. Soup is the best. But yeah, cabbage, celery, zucchini, anything green, anything green. You can pop capsicum in there if you want to. You can put literally anything you want to, but these are my favorites. Sometimes I do like to put carrot and also sweet potato in there. The sweet potato does go a bit soggy, so I tend not to, but I love it, you know, like I don't mind it. Then just the soup goes a little bit creamy, and like I said, a base of chicken or beef or vegetable bone broth. Vegetable bone broth doesn't make sense, but chicken and beef vegetable bone broth. Coming to your herbs, turmeric, cayenne, mint. Mint is a big one, and bay leaves. I don't add salt into this soup whatsoever because the veggies and my herbs and spices are going to add the taste for me, and I love salt, but you know, I try to limit it. But other than that, those are my 4 main spices: onion, minced ginger, and crushed garlic as well. If you want a chili, which more than often I do, you can add a little bit of sriracha into your soup, or you can pop cayenne pepper, hot cayenne pepper, or smoked cayenne pepper works really good too. Just before I move on to the next tip, green juices. And by no means do I mean just juice. No, what I mean by this is my Tropica Ultra Cleanse, or alkaline greens is also a good one, but I've run out of it. So, or even spirulina. I'll pop a smoothie that I made with just spirulina, coconut water powder, and a banana, ice, and almond milk, and boy was it beautiful. With these blends though, with these powders, you do only need a little bit. I can tolerate the taste of a greens powder or an ultra cleanse powder, or even the spirulina powder, because I have been having it for over 1 whole year now, almost coming into 2 years as far as I can remember. But I love my Tropica greens powders, so that's also another way that I like to detox my body as well. Tip number 7, again, is a personal favorite. They're all my favorite, but it is break a sweat, girlfriend. There's been days where I've woken up feeling sluggish, feeling that little bit tight around my waist when I tie up my PJs, or when I'm popping on some leggings on. But it's break a sweat. Trust me when I say this, have an extra sweaty session, have an extra sweaty workout session, go hard, go home, and trust me, after that workout, you are going to feel #debloated. I kid you not, you're gonna feel beautiful. Or if you can't, honestly, if you feel like, no, I cannot work out today, I'd say find a sauna. That's the alternative thing. I've personally never tried it, but like, you're still sweating, but break a bloody sweat. And trust me, by the end of my session, not only am I a sweaty and stinky girl, but I am a flat-tummied, feathery, de-bloated girl. My last tip of the day is find a tummy tea. And by no means do I mean a skinny me tea or a detox tea. I don't do that. No. By this, I mean either a ginger, lemon, mint, chamomile, lavender, those kind of herbal teas. For me personally, I haven't tried any of your mainstream teas that you would find in the supermarket, but something that has changed me for the better and switched me to tea in the nighttime, because I am a coffee addict, like I said, and I would down a cuppa in the nighttime, trust me, and I'd fall asleep like no problems, but I know it's not good for you. So find a tea. My personal favorite is the Cleanse Blend from Tropica. Again, this video isn't sponsored by Tropica, I just genuinely love them, like I actually love them. Yes, sometimes they send me a little gift, but in no means whatsoever is it sponsored. All of my suggestions and my, you know, views of Tropica and their products is 110% my own. I live and breathe Tropica every single day. So yeah, finding a tea for you that helps you digest, helps you debloat, helps things moving before bedtime, and just, you know, soothes down your little belly is something that has done wonders for me. And Tropica Cleanse Blend is literally what got me hooked, people. Now this tea specifically helps out clear your system and just flushes out anything that may make you feel sluggish, or if in the morning you wake up and you're like I don't feel good. It's not a specific night tea. They do have a sleep infusion or something like that, and then this is the herbal infusion, but I mean, sorry, the cleanse infusion. But even like the morning after you wake up, you're like, oh my god, I shouldn't have eaten that pizza slice last night at 2 AM in the morning. Look, it happens, okay? You can have this and it'll, like, by the afternoon you'll feel so much better. It just clears out your system completely. Now I love it specifically with a dash of warm almond milk, because it's got that hint of cinnamon in there, and it just gives me like a snuggle time kind of vibe. I just want to get my warm cup of tea, sit down and watch whatever's on the TV or Netflix. More than half the time I'm sitting in front of my computer, let's be real. But that's just the kind of vibes it gives me, so it's perfect for when you want to just, you know, unwind a little bit in the nighttime. Alrighty, that's it there for my complete tips. I'm going to get dressed and have my afternoon workout, break a sweat myself, not that I'm bloated, but I want to break a sweat, and I'll see you guys at dinner. So behold the B-roll of me working out in 3, 2, 1.
Losing myself tonight with your love. myself.
I've got my dryer going on, so please don't mind that. But it's dinner time. It's about to get dark. It's about 4:30, coming to 5 o'clock. But let me show you guys my dinner. I usually do meal prep in this way. I'll cook a massive batch of soup, like I said, my detox soup, and pop it into the freezer, label it, pop it into the freezer, and then just take it out on the days I want to have soup. So that way I don't need to cook for the day, and I've got my detox soup ready in hand when I, you know, am busy and come home and don't have time to cook. So in saying that, let's go to the soup. Like I said, got my big batch of soup, so I've got 2 whole containers and a massive bowl of soup. In here, it's got some corn, it's got bay leaves, it's got kale, it's got tempeh, it's got tomatoes, celery, it's got a tomato base, and the actual broth that I use is this one over here. So this is the broth that I use. It's just the vegan chicken style broth. It's got no preservative and no added MSGs. Perfect, low in sodium, and that's just the broth that I used. Other than that, I have the ramen and pho broth over here. But that's my soup for today. It's really yummy. Absolutely love it. Full of veggies, full of vitamins, full of macro and micronutrients, and I'm gonna have this and call it a day. So that's it there for today's vlog, guys. If you guys liked it, please don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I'm making a big effort to upload every single 3 days. If you guys have any video suggestions, please don't forget to leave in the comments down below. Other than that, follow me on all of my socials, and I'll see you guys in the next 3 days. Bye.